Joe Budden reveals why he deleted the Diddy discussion from his episode. But is he telling the truth?
I don't think there's ever been this type of unequivocal evidence of somebody being a piece of shit that way, or at least I've never seen it. If it's ever existed, I have never seen it. Yesterday was my very first time seeing something like that, and it was tough to watch for many reasons. Like I'm gonna see something like that and not say that. Like what type of human do y'all think I am? Like some of y'all think the worst of me. Like we were dead in the middle of our broadcast yesterday. Come on, I'll put the suspense to bed. We were in the middle of our show when that news broke. So we spoke about it for 4 minutes, and then at the end, before sleepers, we spoke about it for another 4 minutes, and then we went on about our day. And I went outside with Emanny last night, and he said to me, "Hey man, I think I think y'all should readdress the puff because y'all gonna get killed." And I said, "Why?" The story was breaking. We addressed it. He said, "Yeah, but it wasn't the address. It wasn't the address that is appropriate for what happened." I said, "Why you say that? We did what we needed to do." He said, "Yeah, but I know y'all audience, and it was breaking in the moment. They wait from y'all." So I took it out. I took it out because it was insensitive for the moment. It was talking for 4 minutes about what happened, and then 3 minutes at the end is not the attention that the story needs, and it ain't the commentary that it needs. So I don't need to be the first one to run to something. We're gonna get to it on Wednesday, but what do that have to do with the way y'all are speaking in this moment? Why do y'all think after seeing a video like that somebody is running from a topic? Like I done told y'all the last time, I have absolutely zero ties with Diddy or anybody Diddy related outside of seeing his kids when I'm outside. Why do y'all think that somebody's scared to approach something? You have been sounding stupid all morning long, and I didn't want it to continue all the way in the afternoon. So here we are. But some of y'all are relating this stuff to like battle rap. Y'all talking about trade. Like, what are y'all doing? Get a grip.
That's right, y'all. On a Twitter space, Joe Budden recently explained why he decided to remove the Diddy discussion from his podcast. For those of you that don't know, Diddy recently was caught up in a firestorm after video of him beating the living daylights out of Cassie was released, and Joe Budden was recording an episode when that news came out. Well, while he was recording that episode, he only talked about the situation for a few minutes, and it is revealed that they decided to delete it because they felt as if they did not give the discussion proper weight, like they moved past it. And even Emanny said that it kind of looked crazy for them to break down what happened with Drake and Kendrick, but then gloss over this Diddy situation. Now, it seems certainly like a viable excuse, but there's a couple things about this situation that is just odd, right? Because the last time this Diddy thing happened, the rumors of what happened with Cassie were starting to come to the light, at least publicly. The same situation occurred, right? They recorded an episode, they put it behind a paywall, and they edited out the Diddy discussion, and then it was released and leaked. And it just seems very weird. It seems like every time this Diddy situation comes up, there's some type of subterfuge, some type of, secret stuff going on. And that is exactly what's happening with this episode. So let's do the science. Is this really a mistake by Savon to have left the description in the podcast description? Like, at a certain point, Savon just keeps making mistakes. You would think, this is not even me trying to be beefing with Savon. This is just me actually critical thinking. Like, Savon just keeps making mistakes, right? You would think on the highest levels of podcasting, you would either suspend him, fire him, or could it be that this is just part of a half measure by the Joe Budden podcast to talk about the situation, but also avoid accountability, right? Because if it does come out, then it could be like, oh, well, you know what? you didn't talk about it enough. But then if it comes out this way, it's like, oh, but well, we did talk about it, but we felt we did not have the proper weight. And then you wait to see the public reaction and you counteract whatever that is with your own narrative. And on top of this, Joe Budden revealed the reason for this on a Twitter space, and the fans really took him to task. There was one person, Caleb, who called him out for the way he went in on Chris Styles. Remember Chris Styles? That was Rory's friend, who was accused of getting a little handsy at Henny Palooza back in the day. Remember the Henny Palooza party that Rory used to be affiliated, a big old Kappa party. But yet Joe was not as aggressive in trying to get to the bottom of this Diddy situation. Now, there are competing reasons as to why Joe Budden might not be interested in revisiting this. There's the idea of these guys are not properly handled. Like, these guys probably can't handle this, right? Who knows what Ish and Joe and other members of the cast are capable of saying. And then on top of that, some of these guys, they have some women in their past that might stir up some crap, depending on how they respond. If they respond in a way that isn't justifiable, some girl that used to know them could go on Twitter, go on Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and accuse them of being liars, manipulative, jerks. So this is a minefield for any man in the public light who wants to dive too early on this. Then there's obviously Diddy, who still is in deep with a lot of the industry, and there's many concerned about the blowback, about maybe they're still cool with Diddy. There's also the kids aspect of this. People are probably looking out for the kids of Diddy and not necessarily concerned with the optics of not jumping out the window. If you look at this at face value, you certainly could see a scenario where Joe Budden would jump out the window immediately. Like, if this was Drake, Joe Budden would probably do a 55-minute breakdown. If this was Donald Trump, all you podcasters would probably... Now, I'm not even trying to make it political, but I'm just saying, if it was somebody who doesn't have as many ties to hip-hop as Diddy does, everybody would do a 45-minute soliloquy. And it just goes for people from the left. I'm not even trying to make it seem that way. Like, if Biden came out and he was doing some crazy stuff like this, they would break it down. It's really inexcusable for Joe not to have talked about it, and I think it reveals just how deeply tied he is to Diddy, even if he tries to present as if he isn't. Now, he did say on the Twitter space that, of course, he was bothered by the situation, but if he was really bothered by the situation, you would discuss it. That's not what happened. All right, y'all, let me know what you think about this. It's very interesting and I think fascinating about the ethics in podcasting. There are those who say we have developed a parasocial attachment to Joe and now expect him to talk about certain things. But then there are those who say that, hey, man, you call yourself the Podfather. You are the one that wants to wear that crown. But when it comes to discussing a topic that's weighing heavily on the culture, you don't want to state the culture. It's just weird. But let me know what you think in the comments. All right, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. I know this is a bit late, but I feel like someone had to do the science on this. I mean, what's up with Savon continuously making mistakes? I mean, at this point, is it really a mistake or is it a coincidence, a way of interacting a half measure just so you can kind of read the public opinion while seeming like you did something? It's a PR campaign, man. It's a PR campaign. All right, y'all. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.